Hi, my name is Prisha Nagpal, and I'm here to talk to you about a subject which I feel has not been brought forward enough. I'm here to talk to you about the importances of emotional intelligence, or AI, and its application to our present lives in the future. Now, you might have heard of intelligence quotient, or IQ, which is a figure representing the level of an individual's intellectual intelligence. But emotional quotient, or EQ, is a person's ability to identify, understand, and evaluate their emotions as well as the emotions of another person. Emotional intelligence can be broken down into 4 components, which fall under 2 primary competencies, according to Dr. Travis Bradbury, as he wrote in an article about emotional intelligence by Forbes magazine. The first one is personal competence, and personal competence can be broken down into self-awareness, which is the ability to understand and identify your emotions and their effect on the people around you, as well as self-management, which is the act of showing self-control and the ability to manage your emotions in any given situation. The second competency is social competence, and social competence can be broken down into social awareness, the ability to understand the emotions of others. This includes the ability to effortlessly read body language and facial expressions and assess any situation. The second component is relationship management, which is the use of your awareness of emotions to better manage interactions and handle various situations accordingly. The reason I'm bringing this topic forward is because I feel that emotional intelligence is something that people of all ages should work to improve for an overall better performance in all kinds of environments, but also because I feel that it should be fostered at a younger age so that we can become better leaders of the future. You might be still wondering, why is this so important? If you have intellectual intelligence, you're better off, right? I'm here to tell you that this is not entirely true. A higher IQ means a high level of cognitive ability and a definite guarantee of academic achievement. It therefore plays a major role in success. But success is not completely dependent on a higher IQ level. First, let us define what is success. On its own, it's a sense of accomplishment and achievement, whether it's on a smaller scale or a large scale. But a successful career is built by a hard worker, a person who communicates well, a person who constantly challenges themselves and is always willing to learn. This person is a leader. Now, of course, the definition of a successful career is personal and depends on the person. But my point is that emotional intelligence has an effect on the critical skills that we use every day. For example, decision-making, communication, organization, empathy, assertiveness, and much more. In fact, many businesses nowadays are hiring emotionally intelligent people as they work better and more efficiently. Daniel Goleman, psychologist and best-selling author, concluded in his research that the most effective leaders have a higher level of emotional intelligence. From this, we can therefore conclude that a person with a higher intellectual intelligence won't necessarily succeed unless they have at least a moderate level of emotional intelligence. So by fostering this concept at a younger age, children boost their productivity, leadership skills, and are also able to better manage stronger emotions, and as a result, reduce feelings of anxiety, depression, and anger. There are several schools who already support emotional intelligence and foster the concept using the ruler approach developed at Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence. This approach integrates social and emotional learning and is designed specifically for students ranging from kindergarten to 8th grade. RULER stands for the 5 skills of emotional intelligence. R for recognizing, U for understanding, L for labeling, E for expressing, and lastly, R for regulating. Implementing the RULER program begins with coaching the staff and professionals at the school first through videos, workshops, interactive trainings, or through guides. The parents then get involved with the training so that they can then bring the same concepts into their homes and make it a part of the student culture rather than just a foreign concept being taught at school. Research on the RULER program has resulted to have a positive impact on various areas of the students' learning, including academic performance, leadership skills, relationships and interactions, as well as the overall learning environment. With all that said, how do you become an emotionally intelligent person? It is not something that can be learned overnight, but rather a skill that one acquires over time. To become an emotionally intelligent person, and therefore a better leader, one must learn to read between the lines, to notice a person's facial expressions, to look at their body language, their posture, and any and all nonverbal emotional indicators in their speech and everyday actions. It requires you to step out of your comfort zone, to take initiatives, show empathy and social skills, and continue to keep a positive mind. A big part of becoming an emotionally intelligent person is learning to handle your emotions, particularly the stronger ones, such as anger or jealousy, which are emotions I'm sure we've all felt at one point or the other. It is important to be able to separate feelings from facts, learning to accept the situation for what it is, rather than unnecessarily inflicting negative emotion upon yourself and the others around you. One of the key points Arun Gandhi mentioned in his book, The Gift of Anger, was a lesson among many others from his grandfather, Mohandas Gandhi, which was that if our mind isn't under our control, we get angry and snap and say or do something we later regret. He said, there are probably dozens of times a day when we feel that surge of anger or frustration and have to decide how to respond. Now, this book focused on channeling our emotions and using them for the greater good. Similarly, these same practices can be used for simply recognizing the existing emotions and how they can sometimes get the best of us. This all applies to each one of you. Whether you're in high school or already working your second job, you can start today. It is important to recognize the value of emotional intelligence as early as possible, because these simple, everyday actions should always be put to use. So, moving forward, spread this on. Try to become more aware of yourself, your words, actions, reactions, and consider emotional intelligence as the important step to becoming a more confident and competent leader. Thank you.